Thrustmaster. Future 500. 3 left. Rotate.
I guess the sim crashed, so we can't go live. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. I have a special treat I'm going to show you, and I'm probably going to get doxxed on YouTube for this because I made it a very, 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 very long time ago. Oh well, we're going to send it. Nope, that's not it.
November 9 Lima Bravo, reduce speed now to 210 knots, then descend maintain 8,000.
210 net 8,000.
It's 2026, descend out 8,000.
Okay, 8,000, that should 8.6.
The UNS-1 on the lead. Hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? Let me introduce you to the first copyright strike on the V1 channel. But it was worth it. Daggone, I want to fly E-jets. Here we are. Yes, I flew the Embraers. I flew the 190, 170, the 5s of each. And had a good old time doing it, that's for sure. I am on the bus now. It's been over a decade since I've been in the cockpit of one of these jets. This is my first ever flight in flight sim. So this is not really like our first, like, oh, like, is it good yet? We're just going to kind of bebop our way around it. I set up some bindings. I set up some views. And that's about it. So we're going to do one flight, just as a review from the last stream. Y'all wanted to see this so bad. So I'm kind of hyped for it now, not going to lie. I went and I found out I'm sitting in my old uniform. No, I'm just kidding. I did find my old uniform. I found my old manual set. I was posting some pictures in the Discord. So, yeah. We're gonna see if it comes back to me here at all. We shall see. But either way, I'm excited to see what's in store for tonight because I want this airplane to be good. I'm using the force feedback on the Brunner, which makes almost every single airplane fly good. I really enjoyed flying the CRJ with it earlier today. So hopefully maybe that plays into this as well. We'll kind of see how the systems are. And I saw there's a big laundry list of stuff that's not modeled yet, but it's on the radar of the devs. So we shall see what happens. And I hope you guys are ready to come along for the ride with me. Copyright strike? No, I don't know, Christopher. I made that video a long time ago. I don't even know what song that is, and I'm sure it's not royalty free, so I don't know. I'll probably just end up having to cut it from the stream anyway, which is fine. But JP, thank you for the gifted sub, man. Appreciate you. 10 gifted subs. You think my volume's low? Why is my volume low? Shouldn't be. It should be about the same as before. I turn it up even more now. All right, $40 US. Let's see if it's worth it. Let's see if it's worth it indeed. Again, shout out JP. Thank you for that. And Dom Pellegrino saw that $2 super chat earlier when we were going over my little trailer hype video. So appreciate you. And let's Let's give this a fair shake, huh? Let's give it a fair shake. I know there's no VNAV, and it says there's no detailed FMC, but let's see, I mean, how detailed is it? Because I was kind of messing around with it, and, I mean, it didn't seem terrible. I mean, yeah, this is not, so I flew this exact livery one time on a 145 out of San Jose. So that's why I parked at this gate in this livery. When if we decide that we like this airplane, we're going to do a special, like, real stream. This is kind of like a fake stream because it's a review stream-ish. But we'll do a real stream on my first ever. I'll go in my logbook and, like, do my first ever real flight. I think it was DC, New Orleans. That's what we were talking about earlier. So let's see how it goes today. And forgive me for my fumbly bumbly around the cockpit. I'm going to try my best to remember how to do some stuff. So if I look to you in the chat, make sure, I'm sure you'll be helpful as always. So imagine if we got a flight control, no dismatch. Jeremy Harvey, yes. So when these airplanes first started coming out, when the E-jets started coming out, the 170s, we used to call them the Embraer 180 because you'd push off the gate and you get a flight control, no dispatch, and you make a 180 and go right back to the gate. So we used to call them the Embraer 180s, but hopefully this all been ironed out by now. This is the 170 version, and yeah, so 170 LR is what we're in right now. So I hid the cabin because I want, according to the EFB, but the cabin is not hidden because I wanted to see what the engines and stuff look like. But overall, not bad textures. The white on the wings is kind of meh, but we shall see. It's like biting a, it's like riding a bike. I don't know if it's quite that easy, but let's see if we can figure it out together. I do know we start up here. Battery 1, battery 2. We'll get these on. We'll get some sounds coming on in here. Oh, man, I mean, it brings me back. So basically, the 170 operates on a 12 o'clock and dark cockpit. So all the switches should be at 12 o'clock and dark. So we'll start there. Emergency, we'll arm those. A sterile switch can... Oh, no, I meant to... That's accurate. The little ding there. That's good. That stays off. We'll get the nav lights on. Should we go right into APU, or is there ground power on this thing? Electric pump A can stay off for now. Everything 12 o'clock and dark. Good. All right, let's come over here. I was trying to familiarize myself with the EFB here. Why we wait? All right, GPU is hooked up. GPU available. And in use. There we go. Now she's going to power on up. What yoke am I using, Mr. Martini? I am using the Brunner force feedback, and what I'm doing is I'm making a profile specific to the E-jet right now, and I'll upload it once I get it done. I'll upload it to the Brunner cloud for anybody that does have the Brunner force feedback yoke. But yeah, I'm working on it, trying to bring it back, trying to bring back some memory here. Now I'm hearing like some hums, some buzzes, and okay. All right. Cockpit is very nice. As for my overall first impression of sitting in the cockpit, I thought it, I mean, pretty good. My first initial impression was like, dang, this actually looks pretty darn good in here. So I really didn't have any gripes with that. Cockpit is good, and we've got ground power. And then we'll come down here, and then this is the good old try to remember how to do things. So what do we have here? Menu, nav, ident. Oh, do I need to? 21, that's good. Route. Now, downlink flight plan request. Let's see if we can pull it. No, hold on. Flight plan. Let's see. If, now, I know we were messing with it earlier. So we'll go flight details. This is us, San Jose to Bob Hope. That's our route. I was wondering if we can upload this right in there. The sounds are meh, and I can tell already, says Jeremy. We'll see, man. We'll see. Departure. That looks good. What is the weather doing? Matter of fact, let me pull up. We'll depart. 30 right. We'll go northbound. 30 right. Dry. Flaps 2. We'll do 12 left. Dry. Flaps 2. We'll sync this. Wind is 310 at 6, so we will blast off 30 right. 30 right, that's all in there. We'll calculate that. But what I want to do is... Oh, Zippy, here. You wanted links? Here, let me... Here. Here's Zippy. You should be able to post links now, hopefully. Fly Live is showing DC to LaGuardia. Oh yeah, let me change that. We don't want that. Sorry, that was from that was from earlier today. San Jose to Burbank, which it could be a little bit spicy. Could be a little bit spicy. And we're Eagle Flight 357. There we go. Let me recycle this for you guys. Nope, that's not what I wanted to recycle. I wanted to recycle that. There you go. Should be good to go now. Good texture so far. Yeah, Spurious Purge, it is. Make sure you edit the cargo. It doubles it right now. Okay. Well, before I get to cargo, here we go. So this is send to McDo. I don't want to send that to McDo yet. I want to send the flight. Can I not send this to the McDo? Like the flight plan? Do I have to just program it? Burbank. I notice it takes a while. And I think, is that by design? Or no. Oh, you said do the, put the flight ID? Put the flight, put the destination in. Nope. Oh, in the route page? I mean, we never got our stuff this way anyway, so. Oh, right here. Nope, that's wrong. EGF. I mean, it's not a big deal because I'd rather I could do it normally, but now, flight plan request. Or send flight plan request? I don't know, this is funky. Flight plan received. There we go. I guarantee you I've never seen that box in the real thing. Alright. That's alright. We got it in here. Flight plan. Hey! Look at that. I deactivated the allow SIDS and stars because you never have SIDS and stars on your PDC when you get them anyway. At least, I've never been at an airline where you got SIDS and stars with your PDC. You always had to upload those manually. Alright, cool. Alright. Let's work our way through the box here. So let's get the route in first. San Jose, departure, runway. We're going to go 30 right. And our flight plan, Spartans 1 to Valerie. Looks good. Apply. Spartans 1 to Valerie. Looking good. All right, back to here. Now we need to go to Burr. How does one get to arrivals? Let's go maybe back to the route menu. Arrival. Runway 8, right? It was 8 right, or 8 Team Vodka. I think Team Vodka is going to be flying with us on Iveo. I think we're going runway 8 in Burbank. And before we fully set it up, let's take a look at our charts here. I like this EFB. It's going to take a minute for me to get used to it and have a full, like, do I like it or not? But my initial instinct was like, okay, I don't mind the layout of this EFB. Adding tabs. This is kind of like old school. Have to do it ourselves. That's fine. I'm all right with old school. Landing Burbank, airport info. You're set up for the ILS 8. Oh my gosh, I got to turn my Aveo down. It's maxed out. Thank you. You're set up for the ILS Zulu 8, says Team Vodka. So we'll look here, ILS Zulu 8. That'll be the spicy one. So indeed, we will load the ILS Zulu 8. And we're probably going to take it out all the way. What star we got? Let's see here. We filed the Rourke. Or the Rocker. Rocker to RNAV. Let's take a look at that one. We want it to mark, right? Mark, and then we'll get a vector. Either one of those are kind of meh for this arrival. What's the Janny 5 look like? No, Fernando. That's actually better, honestly. Fernando 7 takes us straight in. We're going to do the Fernando 7. And we were originally coming off of Hansk. Can we go Avenal, Derb? I'm making a modification to SimBrief here. eBay, Burgle. Man, where to it had us coming all the way back here. I'll just tell you what, we'll load it off Mark and then we'll go direct our own. I don't think you'd get the... I don't know if you'd get the rocker one. Oh, Mike, yeah. Mike E1 right here. Mickey 1. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, it does. It does. It lines up perfectly. So, ILS Zulu 8 approach trans Tokes Mickey, and we're on the rocker. Hansk. Runway Mickey ILS sounds okay. There we go. That looks good. All right. Okay, so this is good here. You see your next, then you go to perf-in-it. The one thing I do remember from the Embraer was it always seemed very intuitive once you understood the method. And the method was you're always going to progress here. It's a do-do-do-do-do, progress here. Do-do-do-do, progress here. Performance, takeoff and landing fuel, or what's that? Min reserve, takeoff, and landing fuel. Do I have to put anything in there? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Flight level is going to be 370. Really? That's up there. Okay. Let's not. Let's do 310. Because I want to spend more time in cruise. Nope, can't change it? Cool. Flight level 310. Invalid entry. Really? Okay. A-Rot says we usually put 300 and 0. Okay, if I can figure out how to get back to there, I'll do it. There we go. 300 and 0. Remind me again what this is? Your takeoff and landing fuel. Takeoff, landing, perf factor. Yeah, this is like perf-in-it. All right, cruise wind, 0 fuel weight. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to go over here to manifest. TO2. I want to do a TO1. Can we do TO1? All right, send to McDo. David Isaac. Gifting 5 memberships to the channel, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for gifting 5 more memberships. Perf-in-it B. Oh, that's in pounds. Okay, that makes more sense. For some reason, this was throwing me off. Min. Yeah. Taxi and landing. Okay, in pounds. I was thinking minutes. It's got the 0 fuel weight. All right. I mean, shoot. Perf-in-it. Let's go back. No. No. Oh boy. Force Raptor. I mean, it's good enough. We got our V speeds in. Let's see if we can start boarding. I'm curious. Force Raptor. Coming in with a 50 gifted memberships. Force Raptor. That is a massive donor to the channel, man. Appreciate you. Very, very kind for that. I think that's like your second or third one today, too, man. You're just absolutely too kind, man. Thank you so much for that.
Boarding requested.
Very, very kind of you, man. I hope you enjoy the stream. We're going to figure it out together. Are we doing this as David Isaac? Let's see here. Hey, they're opening the doors. They're opening the doors. And mind you, this is no profile or anything. This is just default. I got to get those engine plugs off because I don't think I'd ever seen those engine plugs in my life. I bet Canadian has. Ooh, Canadian just dropped to 10 more gifted memberships. Canadian, this is... I don't know. The gift train has left the station. Canadian, appreciate you jumping on there, man. Very, very kind, dude. Appreciate you. I thought you were going to bed. I thought you were going to bed, man. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of the engine covers. Let's pull those off. That looks much better. There we go. Now we're showing up. The GSX profiles comes by default in the installation. Oh, great. I like that. See, I love default. The holy... Yeah. No. Crew's already left the station, though, but we'll be all right. I like it when the stuff's installed by default and you don't have to do anything. Your bank... Yeah, Canadian, your bank is going to call you, my man. Canadian, love you too, man. Appreciate the support, dude. Have a good flight, Captain. Can't stay for this one, but I'll definitely catch the replay tomorrow. Hey, Robinson, Dylan R, appreciate you, man. It ought to be an interesting one. Replay might be better for you because it might be a little bit easier to streamline me getting out of here. How do I open the door? Oh, I just click on it. Cool. All right. Mr. Santana gifting 5 memberships. This Lambo says, at this point, we're giving random YouTube users memberships. Robinson J. Santana, man, appreciate you, dude. Very, very kind, man. Oh, you're too kind, dude. You're too kind. Thank you for that. I had the alert box muted, and 10 minutes ago, Alec, you out-tipped $5. I'm going to read this one out because this is pretty funny.
Before we out it for tonight, the anger management bourbon is
Alec, appreciate you. I hope you're still here, man. I apologize I didn't get to read that earlier. It's I had alerts muted. I hope you can understand why, because I don't know if this might just be the most April Fool's joke y'all have pulled on me, and like everyone's gonna like withdraw or everyone's gonna file like dispute claims, and I'm gonna get all these emails from YouTube saying that everyone's disputing their memberships. Maybe it's the April Fool's on me, but appreciate you all. Thank you so much. AJ says bank won't call him. It's not a trucker rally. Oh, AJ, thanks for the super chat, man. Proud to be a member of the best channel on YouTube. Hey, Mr. Santana, appreciate you, man. I think we got the best community, dude. I love it. I'm biased, obviously. Ashton, welcome to Private Pilot. Glad to have you on board. And Clipper Sim Pilot with a $2 super chat. Good to see you, man. V1's going to be able to retire after today's stream. Man, you guys have been extremely generous, and I can't thank you enough, man. I really appreciate that. Multi-engine check ride tomorrow. Feeling nervous. Any tips? Yes. Do not let that airplane fly you. You're the pilot in command. You go fly that airplane, and you put it in the position that you want it to be in. If you see it drifting a little bit, don't sit there and think about it and accept it and acknowledge that, oh, I'm about 3 degrees off my heading, or whatever maneuver you may be doing. Oh, I'm a little bit low. Don't accept it. Fix it. Look at the problem. Fix it. You are in command. Do not let the airplane fly you. And you're gonna be fine, man. Little nerves, that's normal. A little bit of nervousness is normal, man. Even I get a little bit nervous when I go on a recurrent. I've been on the Airbus for years, and every time you go on a recurrent, it's like, not really, a little bit. I'd say it is less than, when I went for like my multi-check ride. I was more nervous for that for sure. But nerves are a good thing, man. Keeps you sharp. Don't let it overcome you, though. Discipline your emotions. Discipline your emotions. I used to tell my FOs that, or not my FOs, my students that. That was a big thing for when I was part of the 141 program for Asiana, that a lot of the students were extremely hard on themselves. Coming from the Asian culture, it's like everything has to be perfect, and if it's not perfect, they can get upset. And if you get upset, you let that emotion start to run out of control a little bit, then you miss something else up, and then it's just a snowball effect, right? So discipline those emotions. As a CFI, you're so right. You have to be proactive when flying and not a bystander. Absolutely. Julian's right there. He's got it absolutely correct. You have to be proactive. Went back and watched the 146 stream with the near roll and 40 degrees nose up. We definitely had some engines, or gremlins. Yeah, Pax. We definitely had some gremlins. And Alan Hendricks has a good tip for you. Dead foot, dead engine. That's right. Don't forget it. By far the best channel on YouTube. Milltown, appreciate you, man. Look at those wings, Milltown. Looking good, dude. Appreciate all the support. Greetings and big love from the UK Speedbeds. Good evening, Hayden. Big Asian culture where I train, and they are very hard on us. Make training stressful, honestly. Oh, yeah, Dub. I know it, man. I know a lot of guys that went to Asia to fly as expats. And, man, it's like the stories I heard is like insane. Insane. All right, let's see if we can start this APU. It should be pretty simple. We'll come up here, APU control. Oh, let's do a fire test. Hey, that would have been the first thing we'd done. Hey, that's pretty good. The ding, ding, ding. That's all pretty good. All right, APU on. And then I think, are you supposed to wait for something? I honestly don't remember. I don't think so. I think you just go right into start. Let's take a listen outside. Oh, that's loud. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good APU for the, yeah. So, oh, we have boarding music. There's a CRJ. So here's the thing about that. What I do remember from the Embraers, there were some 170s that the APU was so loud it was deafening, and it definitely, part of my tinnitus today was from walking around with the APUs on the 170. There was one with a tail number Mike Delta, something 11 Mike Delta, 611 Mike Delta maybe, and I mean your ears would bleed if you didn't have ear protection on that. And others weren't as bad. But I also always liked the 190 because then I could kind of walk underneath it and didn't have to go all the way out around the tail cone on the walk around. But the 170 was too short that like you were always going around the tail. And if that APU was firing up, I've seen a couple light offs too, where you just go and a little fireball puff out of there when it's super cold. But yeah, that's a very good sound. I'm actually pretty impressed with that APU sound. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. If I want to change the view and come back inside because the sound is so annoying, they did a good job on that. All right, so APU is on. I'm going to disconnect from GPU. These are all 12 and dark. That's all in auto. That all looks good. This is all good. There was something we turned on over here. Oh, electric pump A. We'll do that before pushback. Actually, I'll turn it on now. I don't see why it would hurt. I guess I think it was before pushback we turned that on. I literally have my manual sitting next to me, and I'm going to dig through it in cruise. I'm going to kind of start looking at some stuff. So we got to look at that. I try to remember where that procedure was. But the whole purpose of this stream is to just figure out if this airplane is going to be worth studying for and trying to refresh my memory. Now, cannot activate the flight director at the gate. That seems sus. Is our box init complete? It doesn't. I don't feel like it is. I want to do a TO1. That'll be max thrust, 13,000. We're going to do ATIX on, ECS on, NIs off. Can you... I just want to see if it's modeled. Let's see. Flex temp. Oh. It sure is. Flex 30. Oh, we'll do flex off. So it is modeled. So we'll do a Toga takeoff, flex off, enter, FMS takeoff, flaps 2, mode, off, TO1 on, takeoff, speeds, and then you're done. Once you reach this page, you're done, right? I think I remember that. And then you hit climb and go to climb 1 after takeoff. So 27, 32, 36, 187 is VFS. I'm going to assume we don't have anything in our lower ND here, right? We got our plan page. Ooh, we got our systems, flight control, hydraulics, ECS, antis. All right, we got some stuff modeled here. This is, what's system config? Okay, that's just that. Status page, so normally keep the status page up for that. And I'm trying to remember what the FO had his page on. I can't remember. I know the captain had the status page on for doors. I'm going to leave that open because we're going to do flight control check at the after pushback. All I remember is that. Bleed APU valve open, steer off. That's going to be over here on the tiller. I think we're pretty much ready. No VNAV. Don't forget manifest to set trim. You can press Toga on the flight director. Okay, there we go. Roll TO. But why don't I have any flight director on? Oh, there we go. Roll TO. Will be LNAV off the ground. LNAV is not armed. LNAV is armed. So we don't have a takeoff mode then, right? You guys saw the video at the beginning. It should be TO, ADX 1, altitude. I'm not even going to bother with leveling. Oh, I didn't mean to do FPA. We're going to set... Oh, jeez. We're going to set 310 PIA. 31 is set. I mean, without VNAV, I understand there's no VNAV, but if everything else works all right, then who knows? Maybe it'd be worth waiting around. I mean, so I'm assuming if there's no VNAV, there's no FMS speeds then, right? So everything will be blue speeds. Wow, I can't spin that any faster. There we go. Spin that heading around. Let's set VFS 187 in the speed. Actually, we'll just go straight up to 200.
Heavy traffic KSJC-670 now. We'll be pushing out gate 7, and we'll push past taxi Juliet for the outbound traffic.
Alright, what gate are we at? Golly, that's so loud. San Jose traffic, Eagle Flight 357, going to be departing off gate 3, going to be taxiing 30 right. So is this the default Cessna but faster? Oh, jeez. Alright, AT should be... Alright, so TO1. We're in manual speed, so no FMS speeds. Magic barrel ref key has been hit, 30.6, 310. Alright, I think we'll figure it out. We got to set trim. Pitch is 4.0 in the green. Somebody said something about manifest for trim.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Let's get rid of the GPU. Why are you flashing at me? Let's close that. I don't want the jetway to come back over. I'm just going to leave it do that. CG 16.1. CGS 17.
Locking gear.
Where do you set your takeoff trim? Because it's 4.0 up. How was this, Embraer? Hey, Cytomic, the jury's out right now. This is literally, I was peer pressured into this stream. We're giving it a test. I have no idea how this is going to work without anything. Nose right, tail left? Sure.
Release parking brake.
I do have my parking brake bound. That's a step up over the CRJ.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
It's a bug. 4 trim. Okay. 30.6 Springfield. Hell yeah, Force Raptor. All right, we're on the push. I mean, the model is really nice. Dad, that APU sound is pretty spot on. I don't know if you're still here, Jeremy, but I think that APU sounds pretty good. I kind of like the look of this jet, y'all. I hope this stream goes well because I want to like this airplane. I'm starting to get that motivation feeling, you know, like, oh yeah, I really want this to work out. I might just have to stop this mid pushback here. We'll see. Yeah, we'll stop here. Oh, perfect. It'll straighten me out. Or not. That works. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Please set parking brake.
Brakes are set.
Zippy says exterior model was purchased. They did the cockpit themselves. All right. Look, honestly, I really don't care how they get it. I just want it to be good, right? I think that's what we should all want. Brakes are set. I guess we're going to split them up. Should turn the beacon on. Turn the logo on too. Chickstick logo lights. Oh, these should have all been on. That's my bad. We're back in sterile too. I never did my overhead flow. Ba-da-da-bam, 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 bam. Pretty easy flow. Probably one of the easiest airliners in the world as far as flows are concerned. There's really not a whole lot of switches you touch. All right. We're going to start up number... I want to say we started 2 first.
Southside traffic, Blue Street 714 is definitely 30 right, full of it.
No, you don't need to turn the bleeds off. They do it automatically, JJ Stevens. This is definitely a 250-hour plan. We'll start 1 first. I have to look at my book. I want to say we started... shh. I want to say we used to start 2 first. I'm going to start 1 first, though, see what happens. Can I turn down the cabin sounds? Yes, we're going to turn you like almost off. Okay. All right, here we go. That's pretty, let's watch this start up because I kind of want to see the animation on the start. We got N2. Now, you used to always have to guard. So you would leave this flipped open and you'd hold this start switch here. You'd guard it, at least keep the cover off in case you had to do an abort. So the number 1 tip when you're flying a jungle jet, if you get an ICAS message, you just sit there and look at it until it goes away. That's in the Airbus, you get an ECAM, you do the ECAM goes away. In the jungle jet, you get an ICAS, you sit there and look at it, and it goes away. Now, if it doesn't go away, you're probably going back to the gate. Start sounds are pretty meh, Dale, but I want to say they're pretty meh in real life, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because they sound good from right here. I should have done an outside air start, or an outside start. I wish I could hide the cabin, because I really want to see those. That engine model looks pretty good. All right, 2 good starts. APU's coming off. I don't think there was anything else we did up there. That was all pretty much the same. Everything stays lights out. That looks good. Let's do a flight control check. So, full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right. You're waiting. You want the oh, I can't do my rudders because my rudders are slipping. Oh, yeah, my rudders are... That's just all I can do. But you're waiting for the boxes to fill. So that's an accurate representation. The boxes would show up first, and you got to wait for them to fill. All right, that looks good. All right, flight controls are checked. Flaps 2.
20 right at Charlie.
Yeah, it's from Brazil, Amazon jungle. Virtual flight diaries. I think flaps could be better. This looks choppy. This looks like a choppy animation. Hopefully that wasn't just my stream. It looked like a choppy animation. All right. We are flaps. Oh, that's only flaps 1. We're flaps 2. Yeah, see, that's with frame gen 2. It should be a little bit smoother. Maybe a little bit louder on the sounds. All right. That all looks good. We're going to be in roll TO. We won't be able to do a normal one, but that's fine. Well, LNAV is armed. Roll TO, speeds, flight controls, trims set. Let's go. San Jose traffic. Gigafly 357 taxi 30 right. San Jose. All right, brakes released. Taxi light. Wait, what? Nose light. Okay. Yeah, that tripped me out. I haven't seen that overhead. I don't know. I think it was just nose for us. The side means turn off, I think, right? In Brazilian. Where's Gus? I wish Gus was here. He's our resident Brazilian. I like this. I like the look of that. I like the engine in there. Oh yeah, auto brake to RTO. Thanks, I forgot about that. RTO. APU is off. Good frames. I'm gonna set this up with my Throttletek 737 throttle. That'll be perfect. Oh, Gustavo says Gus is not here. Uh-oh. From what I remember, it's pretty. I mean, it's not all that much different from the CRJ up front as far as sounds are concerned. You definitely hear a little bit more engine. But when I flew the Embraers, these E-Jets, I always wore a headset, a clamp headset. That was noise canceling. So, yeah, combine that with the fact that I haven't sat up front on an E-Jet since, I don't know if I've jump seated on one in a while. I don't think I even jump seated on one in over a decade. So it's been a very long time. There will be more current pilots that can critique the sounds. But the cabin sounds seem right. A lot of high pitch whining. A lot of high pitch whining on this jet. We're running away here at idle. That's pretty normal. Yeah, Dale, they are tiny. They definitely. That's why the 190 looks good. I like the 190.
5679 is going to take off runway 30 right. We'll be climbing via the Stevens 1 departure.
So I will say that I'm a little shocked that the 190 is a full $40 as well. I thought there was for sure a package. I was gonna buy both of them. I'm gonna run through this 170 here first before we commit to another 40 for the 190. Is there, unless, and I'm asking genuinely here, as the 190, is there anything more to the 190 than we have in the 170? Or is it literally just a model change? Like, does the 190 have FMS speeds and VNAV, or? Well, Lauren, it looks like the CRJ has a nose gear failure. Or, I don't know, that's Alaska. Those are the Alaska regional, so maybe it's just because the captain's wallet, who knows. It has HGS, has a HUD and steep approach mode. Interesting. I never got to fly one with the heads up. That's a HUD, right? Heading guidance system and steep approach. Zoe said VNAV on all non. Okay, cool. I just wasn't sure if I was missing out by like, oh, maybe I should have got the 190 first instead of the 170. I have more time in the 170s though, so I'm good with this one. I like the model though. Look at the little mini 7.3. I like this livery. All right, is that Team Vodka like doing 2 knots there? What's going on?
San traffic, Blue Streak 714 to the number runway 30 right. San Jose traffic.
Two streams in one day, can't beat that. Nah, man, I'm loving it. And I got to go fly 3 legs tomorrow. I got a long day tomorrow, man. A real long day. A brisk walk. What server? We're on Iveo.
Line up 30 right at Charlie.
All right, so there is another CRJ. Look at all the CRJs. Is this going to be RJ week, chat?
We're lining up after departing traffic, sorry.
Oh, okay. Is this going to be RJ week? Are we going to just become an RJ channel? Because I'm not going to lie, I kind of dig it. I mean, we've flown 2 airplanes in one day that I haven't flown in... Well, I've never flown this on the channel. And I haven't flown the CRJ since it released, so... I'm kind of digging this RJ life right now. F-28 should be next. Yeah, it should be. I need a UNS-1 though in the F-28. There goes Ian. I mean, that's a sweet little jet. I was so happy when I got on the 170. I was like, that is just, I love it. I was like, I loved everything about it. I really don't remember having any negative things on this bird, other than, you know, the reliability when we first got him. But once the 75 started coming out, they really started to get things dialed in. But I've always enjoyed the way this airplane looks. I would take a E170 over any CRJ series or any ERJ 145 140 any day of the week and twice on Sundays. Yeah, I do like the F-28, Maurice. I really do. It's mostly just for streaming purposes. Conventional nav while streaming is very challenging because it's a lot of attention that's required for me to just navigate the airplane, when that's normally the time we get to kind of sit back and have conversation. So it kind of takes away from that a little bit, but I still do it from time to time.
56, departing 30 right, start
This looks like the a video view I took. All right, he's on the Spartans. You can give V1 an empty toilet roll and he'll sell it. Nah, man, when I get passionate about something, I want to share it. That's really what it is. I'm not a fan of the yoke design. Flight Sim Gaming, I will say, I didn't think I would like it. But once I got used to flying with the yoke, the way it was, the tricycle yoke, I had no issues. It almost felt more natural than a conventional Boeing yoke. I will say that. It feels more natural than a vertical Boeing yoke. San Jose traffic, Eagle Flight 357. We're going to depart behind the traffic on 30 right, lining up on 30 right, San Jose traffic. I don't know. I was going to say line up and wait on 30 right, but then everyone's like, well, you shouldn't say line up and wait if there's no ATC on. So I don't know. Whatever. All the lights are on. Oh, yeah, flight attendant call used to be ding dong. Ding dong. Jack, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. What are the differences between the 320 FAM? Is it just add or remove fuselage and wing sizes? As far as the exterior is concerned, it's not even a wing size. It's just a fuselage size. The 321 has a slightly different flap design. That's about it. And then the engines are more powerful. All right. Everything is set. We're good. I'm going to give him another... I'm not going to... We'll give him another 10 seconds. Now, map page. This feels empty to me. I can't put anything down here. This used to be our vertical profile, so not going to put anything down there. Where's the zoom? Where's the zoom? I forget. Gosh, he feels so like... How do I zoom this thing in? Oh, there we go. And I want TCAS. And I want terrain on. We don't need terrain. It's VFR. We're not VFR, but like, man. All right. Press map and select vertical. Yeah, I got that. How do I zoom it in? Scroll the wheel on the 12.5. Oh! Okay. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm liking this. All right. How do we take this puppy off? We've got auto thrust, so I should be able to just send it into max Toga, because we're going to go max Toga, because why not? Then we'll figure it out. We'll roll TO1. Push to sync. Does it work? Yeah, look at that. Push to sync works too. Can I go heading LNAV? Probably not. No, because we're in TO. So it defaults to roll. Okay. Okay. Not quite the normal display here on takeoff, but we'll make it work. Here we go. Yoga's in chat. I don't know what it's going to sound like. Let's go for it. There she goes. She capped it, or she grabbed it. Throttles come forward. There's our TO Addix 1. You can see that, just like on our video at the beginning of the stream. Airspeed's alive. Rudder pedals are rolling. What's it sound like from outside? Whoa, why are we rotating early? Get that nose back down there. Okay, she wants to come up real early there. Positive rate, gear up. Tracking. LNAV engaged. Bank angle check to the right. Below 400 feet. Nothing to see here. No, that's not right. Okay, there's our LNAV flight level change. That's normal. Speed on elevator. Man, we're going to have a whole lesson on speed on elevator versus speed on thrust. Is it bumpy today? What are the winds doing? Because my yoke is going nuts right now. All right, here we go. Lower the nose. Flaps 1. Pretty quiet in the back. I think you would have a little bit more engine sound. So basically, you just want to put the pink diamond in the FPA. Give me the bird. That's where we get the bird from. There's Lane. Let's go flap 0. Wow, how long was I talking with my mic out? How long was I talking with my mic not working? All right, I want climb. Can you change to climb 1? We need to get our... I'm feeling my force feedback profile. I'm doing a little bit of turnies there on purpose. Gosh, I don't remember how to select. I'll turn the plane up a little bit. TRS button. Oh yeah. There we go. Climb 1, please. There we go. Totally forgot about the TRS button. I'm going to hand fly this as long as we can here. Zoom this out. Oh yeah, you can feel the winds in the yoke. I actually need to turn down the force. This is way too strong. All right, there's 10K. We'll lower that nose. We'll do about 270 in the climb out. We'll get our lights up here. Boom, 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 and boom. Cypher Wolf, I'm not terribly disappointed. Almost seems like the frames are kind of heavy when I switch views. That seemed interesting. I shouldn't be having any frame slow down in the view change. Maybe not. I tell you what, I'm going to make a climbing left 360 just because I want to feel this roll out here. Hold on. Something with my yoke. Okay, I think my yoke is doing something funny with the hydraulics. With the way the systems are. Hold on. Well, this is a test flight for me, y'all. Everything's normal. I might have to adjust my Brunner hydraulic settings. Alright, let's do a 360 here in the climb out. I'm going to maintain about 5 degrees. I just want to see how it feels as I kind of rotate around. I'm going to roll that bank in tight. Okay, so it almost feels like my hydraulics are fighting me a little bit. I think that's going to be a Brunner issue. I can fix that. Tell you what, we'll make 2 90s. We'll make a 90 to the left here. And then let's go back 90 to the right. That was pretty fast. I'm gonna have to adjust the roll setting on my yoke because it's rolling a little bit too quickly. Well, there's 18K. We'll set standard. 290902 is set. So what's happening, man? I wish I could show you my camera. So like, because the Brunner software will look for hydraulics, depending on how the hydraulics, if it has a modeled hydraulic system. And I think what's happening is I'm inputting a force, and then it feels the hydraulics impart their force on the airplane, and then it like trips my yoke out, makes it harder to turn, and then sometimes it just like is almost really easy to turn. I might just have to turn hydraulics off. All right, that's fine. We'll go flight pan. Let's go direct Valerie. Do I remember how to do that? Valerie, put it into magenta. We're navin. That's not right. I think you can put it at the top. There we go. Yeah, put it at the top. Now it's synced up. LNAV, let's see how autopilot works. Probably would have been a wise idea to test autopilot before going live. All right, we're autopilot LNAV. That doesn't seem promising. What are we doing? We're going to roll it out here. We're TC. Why is the TCS on? Okay, that's interesting. So TCS is right here. And what TCS is, I don't remember what it stands for. It's not traction control system, but what you could do is you could press the TCS button on the yoke, and then you could hand fly the airplane in any position you wanted to. So maybe you wanted to go around a buildup or something, some type of cloud or anything in front of you. And then as soon as you release the TCS, the autopilot would recapture the airplane in its previous mode. So basically it frees up the airplane. It's a momentary pause in all things autopilot without actually disengaging the autopilot. It's a pretty neat little feature. And if I recall, I think I used TCS during a TCAS? Or maybe that was just straight autopilot off. I don't remember. Toggle control steering, toggle control steering, something like that. I'm going to mess with some stuff here on my yoke settings. So airplane's going to freak out, I think. Let me do this. Okay, that'll stop the oscillation. All right, we're 2531. We're speed, autopilot, LNAV, flight level change. I like having the scroll wheel right there. That's actually really neat. Here's your vertical line. This is the most, I missed this the most. When I left this airplane, I went to the Airbus. I was like, where's my vertical line? Overall, though, I mean, so far so good. So far, so good. So that wiggle was my yoke. So this is right now. This is without it talking to my yoke because I'm tweaking some settings. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I don't think I changed my profile in the sim. That's all right. We'll make sure it levels off here. You have control. I'm toggling some stuff in my settings. Here, autopilot. Axis force settings. Touch control steering allows one temporarily disable. AP for auto no. Yep. Yep, it does. Alright, so I've made some tweaks. Now hold on. I'm gonna disengage. I don't have it bound, so that's me. I'm doing this on purpose. I'm making the passengers sick. All right. I'm gonna roll with that for now. I'll do more testing off stream. Re-engage. We'll see how it goes. I needed to have a moment there with the Brunner software, because we're going to be going into Burbank on runway 8, and I didn't want the autopilot or the flight control system fighting me on approach. So I think I've made some tweaks. We'll give it a rundown. Probably not the wisest idea to land in Burbank on my first ever landing. I don't think I've ever attempted to land this airplane. I think I did once when I first downloaded it to make sure my bindings worked. But it wasn't even really a landing attempt. It was just kind of like put it on the pavement. All right. Well, let's take a look outside. Still have our wing lights on there. How do I do that? Oh, inspection light. There we go. All right. Full send or no send, brother? What's up, Captain Tom? Good to see you, man. Would love to see you try the X-Craft E-Jets. Way more actively developed. I know X-Plane, X-V1 Kryptonite. X-Plane. I know. Look, if X-Plane would just go download a couple terabytes of ortho for the whole Earth and do all my files for me, then maybe. Just been lurking. What's up, Captain? Hope you're well, man. Is there a dream type rating you'd like to check off? 727. That would be the one. Canadian, I thought you went to bed, man. I thought you went to bed. Oh, you can hear the engines coming back down to idle. Ooh, or not idle, but cruise. I like the wing flex. I wish I could hide the cabin. I tried to hide the cabin, but it didn't let me. It's like not, won't let me hide it. Mach 7.1. Let's do 7.6 Mach. 7.7. I like 7.7. Alright, there's our limb. That means we're all the way full. So that's accurately. Now we are speed on thrust. Or it's actually speed on throttle. Speed on throttle? Speed on thrust. Is it thrust or throttle? E-jets, guys. Speed on thrust or throttle. That's the conversation. That's the lesson we need to have. Is speed on elevator and speed on throttle. You guys will learn a lot on that one. Oh boy, here we go. Some gifted memberships coming in hot. What do we have here? Lulu gifting 10 memberships to the channel. Lulu. Very, very kind. We're going to be 41K before the 40K stream. Betty, it's just absolutely wildness. Thank you so much, Lulu, for 10 gifted memberships to the channel. And shortly thereafter, JP gifting 5 more memberships. Appreciate you. Very, very kind, JP and Lulu. Y'all are awesome. Oh, I'm going to say goodnight to my girls. They're right here. You want to say goodnight? Hey, don't touch. Say goodnight. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. Girls came down before bed. I'm not going to see them in the morning. I'm going to be leaving before they wake up. So, all right. Might be getting the E-jets after watching this. Hamish, don't be fooled just yet. I'm still actively feeling this airplane out. I'm probably going to have to do. We're going to have to do another stream after, not tonight, but and I won't be able to stream tomorrow. But I'm gonna do another stream once I dial in my Brunner, and I want to dial in my keybinds. I really want to use my Throttletek 737 throttle quadrant because I have much more range of motion than the Honeycomb Bravo. So I'm going to get those two things dialed in, and I'm going to have to give this plane a couple more tests. We're going to do a couple more landings, some pattern work. I want to see if there's a better way to straighten out that takeoff. You should be able to take off, and Is roll normal? I don't remember, man. It's been so long. I know what we can do, though. Let's go ahead and pull out my... let's pull out the old... oh, our seats are missing. Oh, is that what they mean by cabin? Oh, this cabin is gone. Not... Ah, I see. I thought I could hide the... I'll have to do my hack view. So, we'll do... Where were you? Operator... Cabin there, dual class. That's all it was. It's hide this cabin. Aha. There we go. Okay. I see. There is a slight drop of frame when I'm changing views on this airplane. I don't know why that is. The Canadian. That says it's your first super on the channel. Canadian has been dropping the love all night long. Another 23 Canadian. Last one, gonna close up for the dono. This one is for you, whatever it is in US dollars, probably like 50 cents. It's 23.45 Canadian. Not sure what that is in USD, what the current exchange rate is, but probably about 50 cents. No, Canadian, that's very kind. You've been more than generous, man. I appreciate you. And you get some rest. Enjoy flying this week. I think you're going back doing some flying tomorrow, the next day, so appreciate you, man. Force Raptor, I agree. The wing flex is very good. I'll come out and say it out of the gate. I think the wing flex looks better on this than the PMDG 7.3. I mean, you can get all PMDG tech team all you want on me, but the wing flex on the 7.3 is not that great. It's just the angle at which it deflects is good, but at the speed, it's very jittery. It's almost like the PMDG wing flex is the flap extension on the FSS E-Jet. Like, it's kind of jittery. Whereas the flap extension on the PMDG is super smooth, but then the wing flex is choppy. All right, let me see here. What do I got? Auxiliary power, automatic flights, guidance panel, AFCS. I wanted to look up something. What I need to find is my other automatic throttle disconnect and go around. Gosh, I remember learning this. Autopilot disconnect push button. That's not what I'm looking for. Touch control steering. Here's the TCS from the book. Touch control steering. Pressing and holding the button causes, if autopilot is engaged, disengagement of the AP servos allowing manual aircraft maneuvering, synchronization of the flight director guidance Q to the FPV. So that little the Q, the magenta Q inside of the bird is called the Q. So it's the FDQ, and you're always trying to put the Q inside of the bird, which in Embraer is FPV, flight path vector. After glide slope capture in approach mode with the autopilot engaged, if the TCS button is pressed and released, the autopilot regains the control and turns the airplane back toward the ILS center beam. So maybe, yeah, if you're high and you need to do an S-turn to get down, you would press the TCS button. I've done that. Do the TCS button, do an S-turn, and then you're good to go. Running through here. Overspeed, glide slope, go around. Vertical nav. I was trying to see what the takeoff modes were that we used. I guess maybe roll is normal. The sequence seemed normal. Everything seemed normal there on takeoff when everything changed over, but I just felt like we had some missing boxes. It could just be, oh, here we go, takeoff. Mike Jones, what's up, man? FGCS, man, I'm pretty sure this book has black mold in it. The takeoff mode is flight director only mode and represented by the crossbars on the PFD. Takeoff mode, commander, maintain pitch attitude. FPA mode is inhibited for 30 seconds after liftoff using raw data information. No active mode on the FDI heading. Pressing Toga button activates takeoff mode. Following a landing, the takeoff mode can be enabled after 5 seconds on the ground. Blah, blah, blah. Takeoff mode deactivated when? Another vertical mode. Ah, that's right. You'd have to go flight level change after takeoff, right? Our autopilot FDTCS is pressed or autopilot is activated. I think that's the sequence. I'll have to look at my other manuals. This is just the systems manual, so it's not like my procedures manual. Nevertheless, it's still kind of fun to dig through here and look at some old stuff. All right, so maybe it was just fine. Yeah, you see that low FPS in the view change like that? I don't know what that's all about. All right, but we're in cruise. We're looking good. What's our fuel flows doing? 1,400. That seems about right. 1,500 pounds a side. Let's run through some systems. That all looks good. Flight controls are normal. Hydraulics. So these are the backup pumps, right? So they're in auto. If you were to engage... There you go. See? Hide pump not auto. Yeah, I'm going to have to find my procedures because I remember seeing hide pump not auto all the time on the ground. Not all the time, but I have to remember how we did it. There we go. There's this one. Yeah, so there. Okay, we got some systems. Electric pump A is always on. Electric pump B, that's here. That's normal. Check. Pressurization is all in normal. You rarely ever touch that switch. LFE control, so this is if you knew the landing field elevation but the airport was not in the database, kind of similar to the manual mode on the Airbus but not the manual valve mode. So there's 3 modes on the Airbus, there's 3 modes on this. Manual cabin altitude control, that is a biatch. I did this in real life one time. We had a CPCS failure. We had manual control of the valve, and this little knobby thing here was way harder to control than the sim. And I remember our ears were just like, man, I was like, we got to be easy on that knob. We had to manually adjust the outflow control, and it was not fun. And we were landing in LaGuardia. It's crazy. You fly these airplanes on sim, and it brings back memories that I had for such a long time ago, but it's just cool that's cool. Yeah, I totally forgot all about that. How to use that in real life in this airplane. I'll have to podcast that. Let's see. Passenger oxygen, off auto override. The mass deployed light comes on. These are the bleeds. You never ever really touch these unless you are doing a de-icing and ground start, maybe. I have to check. I think similar to the Airbus, you got to isolate for ground air. You don't want to contaminate. So basically packs off, bleeds off, run the ground connection, shows you where it is. It's very Airbusy. You know, the more I look back on this, it is pretty Airbusy. Ice protection, one of the second hardest part about going to the Airbus after flying this for so long was I lost my vertical profile, so I had to learn how to do math again. And then the second hardest part of going to the Airbus was remembering when to turn on the anti-ice, because this is auto. You literally fly around, you get into ice, and it goes anti-ice on. And then landing protection ice beads or whatever. Stall protection ice beads, something like that. I can't remember exactly the wording. So then you always had to land fast because you had ice beads, because there's no way to de-ice the tail. So you got no heat back to the elevator. And if you pick up ice in flight, you got to run those ice landing speeds all the way down to the ground. Now, I don't know if they changed that after I flew them, but you could take off in an ice storm in Chicago, land in Phoenix where it's 110 degrees, and you still have to have ice speeds on, even though you know there's no ice on the airplane. So, and then you come in and smoke the brakes. Anyway, what do we got here? Matthew Kelly. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you get your wife that coffee from the Bourbon Top Gun BAE stream when she came in clutch with the refill? Matthew Kelly, I did indeed. This morning, man, we went and we got a couple cold brews. We went to the office today, and we cleaned out the office. So the V1 HQ number 2 is officially out of service. I posted a picture in the Discord too. So yes, I sure did, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for that $5 super chat. And yeah, she got I remember what I got her. It was a vanilla cream cold brew? Yeah, vanilla cream cold brew with coconut, or with coconut foam, something like that. At a cafe con leche, let's be real. Would you recommend the E-Jets? Santamar, I want to give me more time in this bird, man. Give me another stream. Let's see how the landing goes in Burbank. Let me dial in some more bindings and some more flying profiles, like on the curves and stuff on my Brunner, and then I'll let you know. Now, I will say the roadmap. I did take a look at the roadmap for this airplane. I like where the roadmap is going. I like where the roadmap is. But, you know, in the flight sim community, everyone's upset that they don't have everything working now. So there are things missing, no doubt about it. But my initial gut instinct out of the gate was like, okay, I kind of like it. I'm a little bit spoiled from the Boris sound pack on the CRJ today. Not going to lie. That was pretty... It's going to be hard to top that. I mean, nothing will sound as good as that. Yeah, Jeremy, the 350 has a vertical profile. Sure does. Icing is no problemo in Brazil. That's why. Rahul, yes, the CRJ is very twitchy on ground and on final. It is. Even with my force feedback yoke, it makes it it makes it better, but without force feedback, I haven't flown the CRJ since it released, y'all. And that was why. I did not like the flight model. It's a default flight model in the sim. You can heavily curve and heavily edit your control sensitivities to make it more realistic. And that's about, I mean, you're going to get more realistic, but you're not going to get realistic, in my opinion. But I haven't flown the CRJ, so I don't really know. But I do know it's a basic default Microsoft flight model, and you got to do some tweaking to get it just right. With the force feedback, though, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed today's stream. I had fun. I enjoyed flying in and out of LaGuardia and DC, and I look forward to the next one. I really do. There's some cool liveries we can fly on the CRJ. We got America West. We have Retro Delta Connection. You know, there's some cool stuff we can fly on the CRJ. Is there a Battleship Gray? That would be cool if there was a Battleship Gray CRJ. I don't think that. I think the 200's on. I don't know. But I'm excited.
Skywest 5679 is about 20 miles to the west.
Lauren, yes, we were talking about it earlier. He said he has a new one, and then he basically left the chat. So I'm like, okay, well, fine. Keep it to yourself, meanie. But yeah, if we can get a hold of Phantom's profile, I would like to see how his flight model tweak works with the Brunner. It might actually be really good. Because, like I said, combining Boris's sound pack with a somewhat believable flight model with force feedback, I'm excited. We basically just got 2 new airplanes in the sim for me because I enjoyed the CRJ. It will be back, and I want this airplane to be back. But the ruling is out. The jury is still out. Team Vodka, you're flying it with some mods, and what are you thinking so far? Team Vodka is currently en route. He's in front of us. He's going into Burbank with it. Have you seen the Black Square Duke videos? Of course, Greg. I'm chomping at the bit, man. Captain, I'd like to rewatch the Malaysia 370 on stream. Any plans for that? Yes. We are going to watch the Malaysia 370 on Green Dot in-flight entertainment once we get the PMDG triple. It will happen. Kyle Lewis, there is an FT Sim sound pack for this? I did not know that. I will pick it up, my friend. I will pick it up. We are way high, I think. Let's descend. Can I do flight path angle 3 degrees? Yeah. So we lived with FPA. FPA 3 degrees down. And then what you would do, here, let me get it all the way to 3. What you could do is, if I had a way to see my profile here, or my flight plan, you should be able to see the flight plan in vertical track, but I guess that would mean you would have VNAV. And then you just adjust this green line with the restrictions.
5679 on 12 mile final runway 8 Burbank.
Why don't I have any... I don't know why I don't have any altitudes associated with my... Is that to be determined. There's no altitudes associated with my arrival. Let's get back to the charts. Yeah. Let's go to Burbank. Rocker. Like this, hide that. Where are we? We are approaching... Oh yeah, we are. We got this. This went by fast, chat. 12 and 11. Can this thing do holds? I don't even remember how to do holds. Menu, nav. Progress. No holds either. No holds either? Rip. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to go to flight level change then, because we're going to get high. We need to go flight level change. Speed on elevator. Speed brake out. Down we go. This flight went by way fast, chat. I tell you what, we're going to have to make a right 360. We'll see. Mickey's at 7.
Arrest 5556 for about 20 miles for LS 08 Burbank. Yeah, Burbank traffic, SkyWest 5679, 5 mile final runway 8 Burbank.
Holds are under nav and it's grayed out. Yeah, you're right. There it is, right there. Okay, no holds yet. All right. Burbank's like right there. Burbank traffic, Eagle Flight 357. We're at a flight level 220, about 30 miles to the northwest. We're setting up for a straight in runway 8 Burbank. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go heading. I'm going to hand fly pretty much all the way in. I want to see this automation, though, just a little bit longer as we slow down. So I'm going to come on a heading on 150. Man, let me remember. I got to remember this. This switches me to VLOC. This is my bearing pointers. Okay. HSI mode. Weather, FMS nav. Source. Oh, the odd amper? Was that on? Odd amper on. Okay. Thought there's supposed to be a green light there. I thought there was a setting for that. I thought I saw settings. Glare shield. Glare shield. Why is that disabled? There we go. That's what it should look like. There you go. Mick Sesh, what do you think? Think about asking wife for this aircraft for my birthday. Mick, Mick, I'm going to plead the fifth on this one, man. I don't want anybody spending their hard-earned money on something that I'm not 100% confident in yet. And I'm only saying this right now is because this is literally my first flight in this airplane. So I need more time. I need more flights. And unfortunately, I don't have any more time after tonight. So my heading bug on the Bravo does not work by default. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's turn the autopilot off. And hand fly all the way down.
Is clearly active. Burbank. All right, Burbank. Horizon 5556. We're at 10 miles for runway 8. Burbank.
We're going to make a right 360. We got to slow to 250 knots. See, I wish I could use my Bravo buttons. Do any of you have that same issue? VNAV should be released this summer via the FSS website. All right. I can live without a VNAV. That's not the end all be all for me. I just want to see some more stuff. Like, I need to fly it more. We need to fly in a couple more scenarios. This is really, this flight really is going to be a flight control test. Like, I really like my Brunner profile now. Like, I tweaked it there in cruise when we were flying over. I really like what I have now. I'm hoping we have a nice landing with this. All right, here comes 10,000 feet. We're already out of 258-ish knots. Those are all on. Those are all on. That's on. That's on. Logo's coming on. All right, we're below 250. Let's lower that nose now. The Bravo sort of works if you spend more time saying, yeah, area, yeah, I got to look into that. Again, I literally just bound gear, flaps, throttle, and gave it a full send. I will tell you what I am not, and I am not thoroughly disappointed. So I'm not disappointed, and I actually look forward to tweaking this and making it fit, you know, fit all my peripherals and fly it a little bit more. Let's see if we can set up a direct to Silex. No, we already flew through Silex. All right. What I can do is I will go VLOC. It didn't auto-tune. That's not nice. No auto-tune on the approach course. Why is it so hard to manipulate the knobs? Hold on, I'm going to trim you out a little bit. I know I'm going to blow through this altitude, and it's going to be like, speed on throttle. Here comes the auto thrust. Disengage the auto thrust. Power's coming back. Yeah, there goes the altitude alert. I know. Alright, I'll keep sinking it as we turn around here. We're eyeballing it. I'm getting flight recorder up and ready. I'm going to juice up the sounds. Ooh, that's too loud. Alright, flight recorder is on and recording. It does seem a little FPS heavy. Definitely more than the CRJ. Doesn't have landing speeds, right? Disengage you.
Burbank traffic, horizon 5556. We're clear of the active taxi short.
Alright, 4,000, we're 180. Resync you. Let me go back to FMS nav here. Why am I on roll out? Could do LNAV. Yeah, terrain can be on. Yeah, I turned terrain off. Alright, there's FS. Let's go slats. Oh, that's why I've got the freaking speed brakes out still. Just trying to add a little bit too much power. Burbank traffic, Eagle Flight 357, we're on about a 12-mile final. Straight in 08, Burbank. Yeah, we're not even picking up the loc, but I don't know if it's tuned. I thought it would auto-tune it. It should auto-tune it. Yeah, I turned it off. I'm going to wait till we get closer. It should auto-tune. No, it shouldn't be that. It should be... Yeah, and I didn't check the chart. I thought it would auto-tune. It should change automatically. I thought. 109 for 109.5. I can see the runway. Oh gosh, how do I tune this? 1095, 1095. Boom, there she goes. Thank you. Course line. I gotta. Why is it? Shouldn't it be green? There we go. Is Loc 1 always amber? Is that normal? Has it been that long? I'm gonna keep it in Loc 2. Because green is normal. Unless if I put him on Loc 2, then I can be on Loc 1. There we go. I think that, yeah, there we go. But I think we should both be able to be green, the Loc. That could be wrong on that, though. Amber means you're both looking at the same source. All right, heading is synced. Recording is on. We're on the slope. Runway's in sight. Let's see how this handles here. Can she... There we go. Loc glide slope. Approach 1. I can't begin to spin that speed down at 1 click every second. Let's drop the gear.
2500.
Next flap's coming out. Flap T. Flaps 3. In the Airbus, you got to be fully configured by the final approach fix, but this is the 250-hour jet. We'll get her down. Flaps full. Flaps 5. Man, that queue is driving me nuts. Thank you. Rid of that queue on there. Brace, brace, brace. Oh yeah, auto brakes. Thank you. High. Auto brakes high and the Embraer is spicy too. It really is. That flight path vector should not be up there. That flight path vector is bugged out. It's tripping me out. It shouldn't be above the horizon. That means we're climbing. We're clearly not climbing.
500.
Oh, there we go. Now I captured it. Enter the wind. $12 knot direct crosswind, huh? Spicy. Drag it in here a little bit low. Does this thing float? We're not going for butters. We're going for touchdown zone. Frames, dude. Wow. Wow. Oh, jeez. Oh, reverse is not bound. Okay, now I get my reversers to pop out, apparently. That's not a 56. No, that wasn't a 56. I'm gonna stop that replay. Man, everything was going so well. I'm turning left here for a reason. I'm gonna do a lap in the pattern. Why is it so heavy on frames? This is the first airplane I've flown since frame gen to remotely hiccup a frame. Yeah, Slow, I think I'm with you. The vibe I get with this jet, it's fun, it has some systems depth, but it's not well optimized at all. No, it's not well optimized at all. And my thrust lever reverse is gotta be fixed. Burbank is heavy. You dumped it, Team Vodka? Yeah, but I've never had issues like that. I've never had stutters like that coming down. I might have to dump it, though, but I think it's the jet. I think it's the jet and Burbank, honestly. We're going to do a quick lap in the pattern. We're going to take off of whatever the southbound runway is, and then we're going to land on 8 again in the crosswind. I'm going to try something. Force Ranger says FSS measures frames based on the runway you pick. So you chose 8, so I got 8 frames on final. My frames are good now. I don't want to end that way because I want it better. I want it to be better. I want to like this airplane. I liked everything we did until we landed. And I think it was a combination of being hot, of just frames, and then let me try again. It definitely feels early access, and that's what it is. It says early access. It says this is an early access airplane, so I get it. Yeah, Al Loper, I've flown the Fenix in here with no issues on FPS, so that's what I'm saying. It's like I've never had issues. Maybe it was his first time load in. Let me see. Is there anything in the background running that I need to close? I don't think so. I'm going to do another quick hop here. It'll be real quick. I'm going to save that replay. E170 crash. And then I'll record another one. Didn't help. Why are we landing at 8? All right, we're flaps 2. We're just going to blast out of here. You see, I know it's the airplane because when I change views, the frames tank. They go, I mean, look at the stutter. Watch this. It's just not smooth. Even the Fenix is smooth. I mean, well, the Fenix is like black magic now when it comes to frames. But let's try this again. Let's record the takeoff. Have you recorded takeoff before? Takeoff's recording. pedals. Stop sliding. Early rotation is also troublesome. Positive rate, gear up. I don't think the flight path vector is... It's doing what the Q should be doing. Like, it'll level off and stay leveled even though you're climbing because it's trying to hold alt at... Yeah, I don't know. Dang. I need to, that looks good. One more landing here. In the pattern. We're gonna land on 8. Let's make it, here, let's really break the frames. I want it just dark enough so the lights are on. All right, here we go. Short approach into Burbank. See how the flight path vector, see how this says, this is an indication that you're climbing. We are clearly descending. So this should be telling you what the airplane is doing, not what it wants you to do. The Q, the pink Q, if it was engaged, it would be showing you what it wants you to be doing. I don't hate the sounds, Chase B. You know, I don't hate the sounds. Oh wow, we turned real tight. All right, let's try this. Short approach, visual on the turn in here.
1,000.
I mean, exterior lighting looks good. Engine, the wing, I mean, that looks great right there. Great textures, great model. Not very well optimized, and there's clearly some issues with the PFD and what the bird is doing. That flight path vector is all whacked out. It's hard out there. Yeah, I'm not going to use auto brakes on this one. I want to see the power of the reversers. I'm going to try to go full reverse thrust and not touch the brakes. A little bit high, I know, correct it. I feel like I'm on a check ride with 10 knot crosswind everywhere we go.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Good news is that replay. I'm gonna fly that again. On replay mode, we can watch that. All right. Stop. Meow. Let's disconnect from VATSIM. Or sorry, not VATSIM. Iveo. Let me see that again. Here, you want to see the takeoff? You ever take off at a Burbank? Look out the window? Here you go. Never really get to do a takeoff cam. Wing flex is great. God, I love the wing flex, the lighting, the textures, the sounds I can get by with. I mean, I like those sounds. All right, let's go forward. On final. Yeah, it's heavy on frames, man. Like, I could load into the Fenix right now and probably double my frames. That's pretty wild. The livery is straight juicy. Man, come on, man. When's the next update for this airplane? I want to love this airplane. Honestly, you need to optimize it. That should be the priority, and fixing this. Like, this is proper now. Oh, our gear knot's down. Our gear's not down. There we go. Gear down. Come on, baby. And I'm getting a weird... I was getting a weird flight characteristic there on final. I was getting a pretty crazy roll. But I'm not so sure that was inaccurate. I want to try it again here. This landing was much better frame-wise. Yeah, Thrust said. This one was much... Maybe it was just that first one when we landed. Like, or that first one loading in, maybe? I don't know. So, straightened it out, and we got a crazy wing rock. Or this wing lifted up. Which is not necessarily inaccurate. But it's something I haven't seen in the sim in a while. So I'm going to hand fly that again. Here we are in replay mode. I'm going to take control. So I'm going to stop replay. I have control, a little bit of a stutter, a little bit of wildness. Okay, I'm flying now. I'm flying. I want to see this again because that was the first time I felt the proper wing lift on a crosswind correction. So let's try that again. Work it out. There you go, a little bit of right aileron. Oh man, I'm full right aileron. I was full right aileron on that. Alright, we're gonna stop this one. I'm gonna load the actual replay. Yeah. Let's see, load 170 crash. Let's load into this one. This was our first attempt.
80 knots.
We'll zoom it forward. We'll let it load in from back here. So they so what's happening there is semi-correct. So in Microsoft, we never really get that upwind wing lift when you press the rudder to decrab. Because when you accelerate that right wing in this particular crosswind, you should get left. So you have to counteract that with some right aileron. Okay, that second one attempt, I was full right aileron, and that wing was still coming up. And it's like a 9-10 knot crosswind, so that's not. The theory is correct, but the yeah. Daggone. Let's see how this landing was, and then I'll just let you guys enjoy the full one, and then I gotta wrap it up. But yeah, you see when I switch views how the stutter is. Look at the shadow on the mountain, though. Look at this, though. This is like... This is why we're flying this in Microsoft Flight Sim and not in X-Plane. Maybe do the same flight in the CRJ to compare Al Loper. Oh, no doubt. The CRJ, Al, we should test the crosswind in a CRJ, but I pretty much already know what's going to happen. In the CRJ, what would happen, I would put in the left rudder, and the airplane would just stay where it is. It wouldn't like go. It wouldn't do anything. This airplane, we're attempting to get a wing lift, but then I'm not able to get that wing down.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
See that? Like I was almost full right aileron there. Can you see any deflection in half speed? Let's go 0.25 speed. So this is like way slow. All right, so here we go. I've got left rudder. This wing should rock, but I'm going aileron, right aileron, right aileron. Nothing. So this wing should be touching down first. And then we came down. Yeah. I don't know. The jury's out still, chat. I want to love it. I want to love this airplane. I don't know why. Who's FSS Studios? Do they need a beta tester? Because we need to fix this airplane. I want this airplane to be good. It's so close. It's so dang close. All right. But you know what's not close? Bedtime. Or, you know what is close is bedtime. So I got to go to bed. We're going to get sail going. I'm going to give you guys a long replay to watch. We're going to end this epic day of flying here. I hope y'all enjoyed today. I've had a ton of fun. Flying two airplanes we haven't flown in forever. This one I've never flown before. This stream, I knew it was going to be a little rough around the edges. I'll tell you, all the way up until we landed in Burbank, I was like, okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. Then we get to the landing phase, and I'm like, why are my frames so trash? And why is my flight path vector doing weird things it's not supposed to be doing? I can even live with the crosswind problem. We've worked through flight model problems before in sims, so I can work through that. But I'm going to need more time. I'm going to need more stick time. So the jury is out. I don't have any recommendations or non-recommendations. We're going to fly this bird again. Not tomorrow, maybe on the 3rd, Wednesday. We'll probably fly this bird again on Wednesday because I want to do more flying in it. I want to like it. But y'all, that's it. Thank you for all of the support today. It's been absolutely wild. Thank you for the super chats, the donos, the gifted memberships. You guys are one heck of a community, and I can't say thank you enough for all of the love and support. I'm off to fly the real bus tomorrow real quick. Let's do an airframe check. What type of airplanes we in tomorrow? 321, 320 Neo, 320 Neo. Rip. All right. There's supposed to be some weather, and I'm going to be flying through it all day. Godspeed. I'll see you all on the next one. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya.